Listen closely, because what I'm about to share with you isn't just another health warning. It's a blueprint for survival that most people completely overlook until it's too late. You already know smoking, heavy drinking, sitting all day, and loading up on ultra-processed junk food are bad for you. But what you probably don't realize is exactly how they're quietly dismantling your body's ability to fight cancer from the inside out. These habits don't just cause vague discomfort, they systematically crank up chronic inflammation, which essentially rolls out a red carpet for tumors to take root, especially in the colon. Worse yet, they actively suppress your immune system, which is your body's most critical frontline defense. When your immune system is weakened, you're essentially disarming the very army that's supposed to patrol your bloodstream, spot microscopic cancer cells the moment they appear, and eliminate them before they ever become a threat. I've spent years researching this, and I wrote extensively about it in my book, Eat to Beat Disease. Not to scare you, but to show you that your body already has 5 built-in health defense systems working around the clock to keep you alive. Angiogenesis, your stem cells, your gut microbiome, DNA protection, and your immune system. And when you support them instead of sabotaging them, something remarkable happens. Let's talk about one of the most fascinating yet underappreciated mechanisms your body uses to keep cancer in check: angiogenesis, or your body's natural ability to control blood vessel growth. When I was training in a laboratory focused on blood vessels and tumors, we discovered something that still blows my mind. If you can prevent new blood vessels from reaching a microscopic tumor, that tumor literally cannot grow beyond 2 or 3 millimeters, roughly the size of a ballpoint pen tip. Without a blood supply, it starves. No oxygen, no nutrients, no expansion. Your body does this naturally all the time, keeping tiny abnormal clusters in a dormant state until your immune system sweeps in and clears them out. But the moment those blood vessels break through and start feeding the tumor, everything changes. In controlled experiments, we've seen microscopic cancers explode to 16,000 times their original size in just 2 weeks once angiogenesis kicks into overdrive. That's why cutting off a tumor's blood supply has become a cornerstone of modern oncology. Drugs like bevacizumab, widely known as Avastin, work exactly this way by starving tumors of their lifeline, and they're now routinely used for colorectal, brain, ovarian, cervical, and lung cancers. But here's the real breakthrough. We don't just have to rely on pharmaceuticals. Your diet and lifestyle can actively support your body's natural anti-angiogenic defenses, creating an internal environment where cancer simply can't thrive. Now, let's shift to what I consider the most transformative revolution in cancer treatment today: immunotherapy. Unlike traditional chemotherapy, which attacks both healthy and cancerous cells, immunotherapy doesn't poison your body, it powers it up. It takes your own immune system and essentially removes the brakes, turning a modest neighborhood watch into a full-scale tactical strike force. And the results are nothing short of extraordinary. We're now seeing patients with stage 3 and even stage 4 colorectal cancer, cases once considered terminal, achieve complete remission and drop to stage 0. How? Through checkpoint inhibitors like pembrolizumab, commonly known as Keytruda. These drugs work by stripping away the invisible cloaks that cancer cells use to hide from immune detection. Once that disguise is gone, your immune system recognizes the threat and attacks with precision. But immunotherapy doesn't work for everyone, and that's where personalized medicine comes in. If you or a loved one faces a cancer diagnosis, you absolutely must ask your oncologist whether your tumor has been tested for microsatellite instability, specifically MSIH status, and whether it expresses PD-1 or PD-L1 markers. These biomarkers are critical indicators that your cancer may be highly responsive to immunotherapy. It's not about replacing conventional medicine. It's about aligning cutting-edge treatments with your body's natural biology so they work at their absolute best. And that alignment starts in your gut. For years, we treated the microbiome as an afterthought. But groundbreaking research has revealed it's actually a central commander in how your body responds to cancer therapy. In a landmark 2017 study published in Science, researchers at the Institute Gustave Roussy discovered why some patients thrived on immunotherapy while others saw zero benefit. The difference wasn't genetics, age, or even lifestyle, it was bacteria. Specifically, a single strain called Akkermansia muciniphila. Patients with higher levels of this beneficial microbe consistently responded to treatment, while those without it did not. Even more astonishing, when scientists transferred this bacteria from responders to non-responders in animal models, the previously resistant subjects suddenly began responding to immunotherapy. This wasn't a minor correlation, it was a paradigm shift. It proved that your gut flora isn't just digesting food, it's actively programming your immune response. And the beautiful part? You can cultivate Akkermansia naturally through your diet. Foods rich in elagitannins like pomegranates, dried cranberries, and Concord grape juice feed this bacteria directly. So do oats, whole grain chili flakes, and even Chinese black vinegar. You don't need expensive supplements. You just need to consistently nourish the right microbial environment. This brings us to the most actionable truth in modern preventive medicine. Food isn't just fuel. It's biological instruction. Every time you eat, you're either feeding inflammation or fighting it, suppressing your defenses or strengthening them. Dietary fiber alone has been shown to reduce mortality by 30% in melanoma patients undergoing immunotherapy for every 5 to 6 grams consumed. That's just one medium pear. But it goes far beyond fiber. Colorful plant foods packed with polyphenols, like bell peppers, berries, and leafy greens, create a thriving ecosystem for beneficial bacteria while simultaneously lowering systemic inflammation. Cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli, Brussels sprouts, kale, and arugula contain sulforaphane and isothiocyanates, natural compounds that actively disrupt tumor blood vessel formation. Legumes like black beans, chickpeas, and lentils deliver dense fiber and phytonutrients that keep your microbiome balanced. Extra virgin olive oil brings hydroxytyrosol and oleocanthal, powerful anti-inflammatory agents with documented cancer-starving properties. Even your morning coffee and green tea are working behind the scenes. Chlorogenic acid in coffee and catechins in green tea both interfere with angiogenesis and calm inflammatory pathways. And don't overlook omega-3 fatty acids from seafood like salmon, sardines, mackerel, cod, halibut, mussels, and clams. These fats don't just support heart health, they actively suppress tumor-promoting inflammation and help maintain healthy blood vessel regulation. None of this means you should abandon conventional medicine. In fact, I'm a firm believer that the right drug at the right time for the right person is absolutely life-saving. Immunotherapy infusions, targeted anti-angiogenic therapies, and precision oncology are miracles of modern science. But what happens in your kitchen, at your dining table, and in your daily habits determines how well those treatments actually work. You can't control every variable in life, but you control what you eat 3 times a day, how much you move, whether you smoke, how much alcohol you consume, and how you manage stress. Chronic stress alone has been linked to immune suppression and accelerated tumor progression, while consistent physical activity enhances circulation, improves metabolic health, and keeps inflammatory markers in check. Cutting out processed meats, limiting alcohol, staying active, and prioritizing whole plant-based foods aren't just healthy choices. They're strategic interventions that amplify your body's natural defenses and make cutting-edge therapies more effective. This isn't about food versus medicine. It's about food and medicine working in perfect synergy. So here's the reality you need to carry with you. Your body is already equipped with an elite, round-the-clock defense system designed to detect, isolate, and destroy cancer before it ever becomes a clinical problem. Every day, your immune cells patrol your tissues, your microbiome regulates inflammation, your DNA repair mechanisms fix errors, and your angiogenic controls starve abnormal growths. But these systems don't run on autopilot. They run on the signals you send them through your lifestyle. When you consistently choose fiber-rich plants, polyphenol-dense foods, healthy fats, and movement over stagnation, you're not just eating clean, you're actively programming your biology for resilience. You're turning your gut into a cancer-fighting command center, your blood vessels into regulated supply lines, and your immune system into an unstoppable strike force. The future of cancer prevention and treatment isn't just in hospitals and labs, it's in your daily choices, your pantry, your plate, and your habits. You don't need perfection. You just need consistency. Start where you are, swap one processed item for a whole food, add a serving of beans or greens, move your body daily, and give your immune system the reinforcements it's been waiting for. Because when you align your lifestyle with your biology, you're not just hoping to survive, you're engineering your body to thrive.